What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Coach Shinosha back with another sneaker review, unboxing, on feet, all that noise, fam. Let's get into it. Guys, I love sneakers. I don't have all the money in the world, so I've sort of kind of focused my collection in one direction. I love things like Air Maxes and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't have a ton of them because I'm the type of person, man, once I start to dabble in it a little bit, it's over for me, guys. I'm gonna go hardcore and start picking them up left and right. As you guys can see, kind of looking at some of the stacks behind me, you'll see a lot of consistent repetitive boxes. They get kind of jumbled up, and there's stuff that you obviously can't see that's out of the frame and behind these boxes and stuff like that. But fam, I try to stay true to my roots and pick up the things that first got me interested in sneakers. So having said all that, guys, they're dropping these Kobe 4 Protros. There's really not a ton of hype around them right now. They really haven't done any exclusive collabs or colorways or anything like that with the Kobe 4s thus far. Of course, there's been some PEs and stuff out there over the past basketball season and things like that, but they have dropped a third Kobe 4 colorway on us. In my opinion, definitely a really iconic colorway in terms of what Kobe was rocking on court back in 2009, of course on their way to that championship. In a size 11, guys, the Nike Kobe 4 Protro. The colorway is black / Del Sol and varsity purple, guys. Let's check these sneakers out. Bang, guys, there's the sneaker in hand, the Nike Kobe 4, the Carpe Diem, which of course in Latin means seize the day, which is exactly what Kobe was doing in 2009. He was definitely seizing the day, getting buckets on his way to a championship ring. The shoe is dominated by black, and then we have a lot of yellow and purple accenting to the shoe as well. If you picked up that last Protro, the Del Sol, you'll see a lot of comparisons between this sneaker and that sneaker. The main difference being one kind of has that sort of home colorway feel, while one sort of has that away colorway feel. In my opinion, out of the three, I think I like the Del Sol colorway a little bit more. I tend to gravitate towards lighter sneakers. I don't know what it is about it. I feel like that sneaker will be a little bit easier to pair with outfits and stuff like that. I don't really have a ton of yellow and purple in my collection. I'm not a Lakers fan personally. I don't hate on them necessarily, but I'm out here in NC, so I'm a whole coast away. But I am a Kobe Bryant fan and definitely a fan of the Kobe 4. This sneaker is definitely an iconic sneaker. It kind of flipped basketball sneakers on their head for a minute. Everybody had been doing the high top and mid top thing for so long. It was really unheard of to take these things in the low direction. Of course, Kobe has that background where he grew up in Italy, so he was exposed to a lot of low profile sneakers with everybody over there playing soccer, and of course the world popularity of the game of soccer. So Kobe eventually approached Nike and said, let's take these things in a different direction. And honestly, if you really know anything about sneakers and support and a lot of the studies that they've done over the years, and especially recently as technology and things have improved, a lot of the stability from a shoe is actually going to come from the heel cup. And this sneaker definitely has a very pronounced plastic heel cup. I feel like when you set your foot in this sneaker, it really hugs the back of your heel. I personally didn't lace these things up very tight at all, as you can see, and my heel really wasn't slipping around a lot. The shoe itself is fairly narrow, so honestly, I would suggest maybe going up a half size, trying them on, of course, if you can. Kobe's have always tended to run somewhat narrow, as Kyrie's run, as PG's run. It's definitely a more narrow shoe, so if you got really wide feet, sometimes these don't work for you. And honestly, I think because of that, people associated Kobe's and just lows in general with being a sneaker that doesn't necessarily work for people with wide feet. I think that's a myth, honestly. While Kobe and Kyrie's do generally run narrow, it's just because they're fitted to those particular athletes' feet. Colorway wise, as we touched on before, this sneaker is dominated by black. You have a synthetic leather upper, primarily black. You have that Nike swoosh in yellow with the purple Laker outline. You have that really pronounced grid pattern all around that upper ankle portion of the back of the sneaker. Something I really dig about the sneaker is going to be the two-tone laces. You've got that sort of yellow and purple zigzag pattern to the laces themselves. Gray tips on those laces. You've got a gray midsole. That heel cup that we touched on before is purple. You have Kobe's signature right there in yellow. On the actual toe box of the sneaker, you have that black leather snakeskin material. Very subtle, but when you get close to the sneaker, there is a gloss to it, so it does pop a little bit. Not as much gloss to that actual toe cap portion of the sneaker, but that snakescaling we would see a lot in Kobe's sneakers going forward. A shout out to the whole Black Mamba nickname that he's carried all these years. You do have a unique tongue on this sneaker itself, which says Carpe Diem. You got some logos on there, very cool. That's one thing that I will say, that They didn't really pull any punches back then on these Kobe 4s. They went really hard. The insoles are yellow and purple and feature sort of this zigzag pattern to them. The outsoles themselves sort of feature this almost icy white sort of gray coloring with the splashes of purple all across it. Of course, that yellow Nike swoosh down there. All in all, as a fan of the Kobe 4s, I'm probably not going to sleep on too many of these colorways. So in my opinion, keep them coming. They've been an easy pickup because everybody seems to really be sleeping on them. It seems like very, very few of them actually sold at my local Foot Locker. But they did creep out a week after the Del Sols, and also during a week where a whole ton of other stuff, exclusives and GRs, were dropping. So it kind of makes sense that not everybody spent their money on this sneaker necessarily, but I wasn't gonna let these pass me by. You guys know what time it is. Let's check these things out on feet. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. It's your boy Coach Nos. Just smash that thumbs up or down button for me, guys. Sub to the channel if you hadn't yet. Let me know your thoughts on these shoes down below, guys, and I'll hit you back. Stay blessed, fam. Peace.
You are watching a master at work.